Hello and welcome. It is Gauntlet of Greatness time. I'm Randy Bueller. I'm once again joined by Shadow Datella. How you doing, Shadow?
Doing well.
We are playing out a bracket of all the best decks in Modern right now. If you look at the bracket, we picked 24 decks. Well, I picked 16 decks. You guys voted for the last 8 decks, and we've been working our way through this bracket. So in previous weeks, we've played some first-round matches. This is the bracket we're going to be focusing in on today. So Storm versus Grixis Delver. Grixis Delver won the vote over the Monastery Mentor deck. So you guys wanted Delver, and I got to say, you guys voted pretty well, because since the vote, the Delver deck has become just a big deal on Magic Online. Zoo versus Hate Bears will be the other matchup this week. The Legends bracket will be the last one. And then we've got a couple of brackets that we've already done. So Delver versus Storm is where we're going to start. There you get the matchup, the showdown, the insectile aberration versus the swarm of goblins, or the grave shot, as the case may be, depending on how you sideboard it. Here's a look at this Grixis Delver deck. Tons of blue cards, obviously, as you would expect. It's fully 3 colors, though. Tasigur is essentially the Delve card that's been replacing Treasure Cruise in the lists that have started to do well. Since the banning of Treasure Cruise, Delver decks have kind of went away. They didn't show up at the Pro Tour at all. But the version that is being played on Magic Online now, Young Pyromancer, heavy on the Tasigurs, maybe a couple of Murderous Cuts, a couple other black cards as well, Lightning Bolts, of course, and then all the blue cantrips that you would expect, including Deprive, which is showing up in 2s and 3s in these lists nowadays. So that's the Delver list that Shadow's going to be playing. Meanwhile, I get to channel my inner Johnny Magic. The Storm deck, Pyromancer's Ascension, has just, I don't know, I feel like this deck has been tier 1.5 ever since the birth of Modern. They keep chipping away at the cantrips and trying to make it so that it's not too good, and they're mostly successful, but you know what? It's still really good. Pyromancer's Ascension just gives you this great engine. You just kind of work your way through the blue cantrips, get a couple counters on the Ascension, and now suddenly getting 2 copies of spells lets you go off. Goblin Electromancer can make you a ton of mana if he survives. The kill card here is just Grave Shot. Just, if you get Ascension up and running, Past in Flames can give everything flashback. You don't really have any trouble killing with Grave Shot. 20 is not a hard number, not even remotely. After sideboarding, it often becomes an Empty the Warrens deck, depending on the matchup. So let's see what happens. Shadow, I'm going to go to the constructed open play Getting Serious room, just so we don't have to worry about clocks. I will set up a match there with 40-minute clocks for each of them. Well, I'll just do 60-minute clocks. Why not? And you are welcome to join me. And then I will mute you on Skype so you can't hear what we're talking about during the show. Good luck, sir.
And to you.
All right. I think this draws a keeper. I mean, I'm not happy about having 4 lands, but I love this Goblin Electromancer, so I'm going to keep. I want to make sure I don't draw another Steam Vents. Sure. Is he flipping his Delver on turn 1? No. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pay 2 life to fire off this Thought Scour. That doesn't sound like a great idea. I mean, I'm definitely in a race type of matchup. So yeah, I don't really want to pay extra for my land right here. I think I can play the turn 2 Electromancer and then turn 3 do some cantrips. And I guess I could have gotten an island too. Would not have been crazy. Yeah, I think I get an island here. Hope that guy survives. If he survives, I get to do a lot of digging next turn. Don't really have... Would really love to find a Pyromancer's Ascension, is the truth. He goes bottom, bottom. Okay. I like the fact that these are still 1/1s. That's for sure. He can't even attack. Goblin Electromancer! Blocking! Love it. Alright, I think my play is Thought Scour. And if I don't miraculously draw Pyromancer's Ascension, then I'm gonna Desperate Ravings? I milled a Pyromancer's Ascension. Lame. Alright, well... Yeah, I think I'm supposed to rave. Especially... Oh, it's an instant. I guess I don't have to do this main phase, but kind of want to. Alright, I lost my other Desperate Ravings. And I lost my Past in Flames. Huh. Well, now I make 1,000,000 mana, but I don't go anywhere. I guess next turn I can start flashing back Desperate Ravings. Maybe he'll never flip the Delvers. I'll just get to hang out forever. Grizzly Bear, too strong. Weird start. Yeah, I'm kind of flooded. Those Ravings have hit all spells, and I've wound up with lands number 4, 5, and 6 in my hand. Not ideal. It's not like it spilled crazy stuff out of my hand, though. The Ascension off the Thought Scours, I guess. If I could have stacked my deck, I would definitely wound up with an Ascension on my hand, but what are you going to do? It could just as easily have been on the bottom. Very sad. Serum Visions revealed. 3/3 flyers hitting me pretty hard. Grape Shot. That is not very exciting. So what? Flashback Ravings for blue and 1? And hope? I mean, I'm very unlikely to die. What do I know? I mean, he could have Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. And then I just die. That seems unlikely. Feels like... Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going all in on winning this turn. I think that I'm hoping to get another turn. I can also... I can Grape Shot to kill an insect. It's actually probably the play. Ah, found Ascension. Now this gets interesting. Oh, did I lose? I lost a ritual. I might never hit a land. So... I can Ritual, Manamorphose, Grape Shot both his insects. I don't think I can build up enough mana to actually get to the flashback on Past in Flames, but maybe. All right. Maybe I was supposed to leave that ritual before I risk the Ravings. can still ritual. I have 3 mana. I can Manamorphose. Make what? Blue? Do I make 2 blue here? If I could get to the Past in Flames, I'm sort of oh, it's 5 mana to flash it back, so I basically need to get to 6, which means, which is really 4, which is kind of where I'm at. I can flash this back, but then I'm out of mana. Yeah, if I had just ignored the whole Pyromancer's Ascension line and done this ritual before I did the Desperate Ravings, I might actually be able to flash back Past in Flames here. As it is, I need to hit a ritual. Well, I know I can blow up his board, though, so it doesn't really... What's he got? He's got Cut, Land, Mage. So not much. Oh, sweet. So this ritual means I have 6 mana now. So if I flash back Past in Flames, I spend 4 mana, leaving me with 2 floating. And then I can flash back Ritual, Manamorphose, Ritual. It's damn close if we're not there. Can I go ahead and do the Sleight of Hand first? Yeah, because I only need the one with the Electromancer. I only need 1 mana to do all the flashback, all the rituals. So I can do a Sleight of Hand first. Yeah, that didn't get me anywhere. All right. Past in Flames. I'll spend 3. Gotta leave blue mana. Check. Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Heretic Ritual. Manamorphose. Blue mana. I can probe. I can probe. What am I up to? Storm counts at 14. Yeah, we win. Sweet. Love it. So yeah, Storm counts at 16. Plenty of mana. Could have gone a lot higher if I needed to. Let's just kill you. Sweet. Rah! Who needs Ascension? Cool. Now, after sideboarding, I believe Empty the Warrens is better in this matchup. He's a permission deck, and he's kind of a dirtily ground creature deck, sort of. So I'm going to bring in the empties. He is 3 color, so Blood Moon is kind of sort of tempting, but he also has a bunch of basics, and red is one of his colors, so I'm not going to go with the Blood Moon plan. I do want this defense grid. Past in Flames is not really great against him, and I can take out one of the Grave Shots since I'm turning myself into an Empty the Warrens deck. Then the cuts start to get a little trickier. I mean, I guess these Thought Scours are the worst of the cantrips. I gotta cut, and the Desperate Ravings. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of a Rituals into Empty the Warrens deck now, but that's fine. I can still go the other way. I think I like all the Ascensions. I don't know. Maybe I play too much for Pyromancer's Ascension, but it always feels like the most broken card in the deck to me, so I at least want the ability to draw them. Let's see what happens. And I will update the match counter. Storm up a game. Cool. Yeah, Storm deck's good. That Grixis Delver deck looks pretty solid too. I just think this may not be the matchup. Definitely a fun deck to mess around with. I don't know how fun it is to play against. What does this draw do? Wow, this is Ritual, Ritual, Ritual. That part's exciting, but I only have one land. I am on the draw with a sleight of hand. Wow, I'm pretty tempted to keep this. Is that crazy? It is kind of. It doesn't go anywhere yet. I think. I mean, I'm not afraid to keep a one-land sleight of hand draw on the draw, but it has to go somewhere. And the thing is, I need to find an Empty the Warrens or something. If this was an Empty the Warrens, I'm totally keeping this draw, but I'm not going to keep it. It feels like it's too flawed. Now I wound up with something that's even worse. Well, it's not really worse. It's kind of the same. It's Serum Visions instead of Sleight, but that should still get me a turn 2 land. If the Electromancer lives, then I can turn 3. Yeah, all right. I mean, it's definitely a keeper. I think I upgraded it. Dueling Serum Visions. You're not a land. So I probably need to pay for Steam Vents just to make sure I have all my colors. Land, please. I hit Scalding Tarn. Great. And now what? I put the Bolt on the bottom and the Manamorphose on top? I clearly want the Manamorphose. Wow, can I go turn 2? Manamorphose, Manamorphose. Ritual is +1, Ritual is +1. Yeah, I can get to Empty the Warren next turn. That's cool. Who needs Goblin Electromancer? What does that mean about this Lightning Bolt? Do I want the Lightning Bolt or not? I feel like no. Because I'd rather draw more, try to draw more rituals. Okay. Do it that way. Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy to lightning bolt that, but this feels like way more fun. Yeah, it actually didn't even matter if I put the lightning bolt on top because I have to shuffle here. All right, well. We hit another ritual. Sweet. Can I splice? I can't, right? Yeah, it costs 4 to splice. Funny. Could have cast the lightning bolt if I had it in my hand somehow. This seems like it should be good enough. Turn 2, 12 goblins. Your go. GL. I like my chances. I don't think he has any kind of electrickery shenanigans in that deck. Yeah, make a blocker. I feel like Empty the Warren spits out guys a little too fast for Pyromancer to keep up with, but what are you going to do? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That will do it indeed. Good game?
Good game, sir.
Yeah, that was just kind of a blowout. I mean, I get the good draw there, obviously. Turn 2, just make 12 guys.
Sure.
I'll take it.
I thought I might have had a chance game 1.
Yeah. No, game 1, I was up against the wall. I'm not convinced I played it optimally, but I mean, basically, you put me in a position where I didn't really have much and I had to go for it. And essentially, when I cast that I was flashing back Desperate Ravings with nothing unless I hit card drawing off the Desperate Ravings. Now, I did, and I probably should have just committed to trying to win that turn and played my rituals first because I lost a ritual to the Desperate Raving random discard, which meant that I was tighter on mana than I probably should have been. If I'd gone ritual first, then it would have been easier to just Past in Flames, kill you. But we got there anyway. Basically, the way I played it, I had to draw a ritual later on in the turn to do what I wanted to do. But yeah, you definitely put me back against the wall, go for it, and see if you get there. And I did. Then in the second game, yeah, I just did pretty hard to misplay that one. Play all the rituals and then play empty.
Yeah, that's exactly how I kind of expect that game to go. We played like 5 or 6 practice matches, and like you just went off, and you know my one counter spell is just not going to do it. Remand is really bad. Like, no, go ahead, just cast that again, it'll be fine. So,
all right, well, let's see what that looks like in the brackets. We are in the Antiquities region, and Storm, wow, crushes Grixis Delver 2 straight, super quick. Storm now gets the matchup, which, wow, this is a good matchup for Storm in the next round. It gets the little kid aggro deck. This green-white aggro, I've seen it called Wilted Obzon. This is essentially the like little kid junk deck that face-to-face games, Jacob Wilson made top 8 of the Pro Tour with this deck. It's pretty good against the kind of grindy mid-range Obzon decks that are populating a lot of modern tournaments nowadays. I don't know what the hell it does against the Storm deck, though. Interesting. I may get a little more practice at trying to find the optimal lines on the Storm deck. It's interesting.
Sure. All right, so what do we got coming up next?
There you see the overall bracket. We will play the other match in the Antiquities bracket is going to be Zoo versus Hate Bears. So we'll wrap up this video, but go watch the next one. Zoo versus Hate Bears coming up momentarily.